If you're between 65 and 80 and can still do what I'm about to share, you're not just aging well, you're a rare gem. In fact, your chances of reaching 100 are significantly higher than most people your age. But here's the surprising truth. It has nothing to do with expensive pills, perfect genetics, or strict diets. It's the quiet, everyday things you do, small actions that reveal the true state of your body and brain. Things most people overlook until they can't do them anymore. Before we dive into these 5 powerful signs, let me ask you a quick favor. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss out on important videos that could impact your health and independence. And I'd love your feedback. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I know how to make better content for you. Now let's get started with the very first sign, and it might surprise you how revealing this one really is. Sign 1. You can get up from a chair without using your hands. Can you sit in a chair and stand back up without using your hands for support? No pushing off the armrests, no leaning forward heavily to gain momentum, just a smooth rise using the strength of your legs and core. If the answer is yes, your body is telling you something important. This one action reveals a lot more than you think. It shows that your lower body muscles are strong, your balance is still intact, and your coordination is working in harmony. Doctors consider this one of the clearest everyday tests of physical aging. Why? Because difficulty rising from a chair is one of the earliest warning signs of reduced mobility, muscle weakness, and fall risk. And once a person starts relying on their hands or furniture to get up, it often leads to a chain reaction, less movement, more stiffness, faster decline. Let me tell you about Leonard. He's 74 and lives in upstate New York. A former mechanic, he was always strong and capable. But last winter he started noticing something odd. After sitting down for dinner or reading in his favorite chair, he found it harder to stand up. Not painful, just awkward. He'd lean forward, brace his hands on his thighs, and push. At first, he thought it was just the cold weather making him stiff, but then it started happening more often. Getting out of bed, standing after tying his shoes, it all took a little more effort. He mentioned it to his daughter during one of their weekly phone calls. She suggested he talk to his doctor, just to be safe. The doctor didn't laugh or say, "It's just aging." Instead, she explained that the strength it takes to rise from a chair without help is one of the best predictors of future independence. People who lose that ability are much more likely to fall, and falls are the #1 cause of injury-related hospital stays in older adults. That conversation was a turning point for Leonard. He didn't want to become the guy who needed help getting off the couch, so he started small. A few leg lifts in the morning while brushing his teeth, slow sit-to-stands from the edge of his bed. Within a month he noticed a difference. 2 months in, he was standing up with ease and with pride. Being able to stand up without using your hands might seem like a small win, but it's not. It's one of the clearest signs that your legs are still strong enough to support you, your balance is still sharp, and your independence is still firmly in your hands. And if you tried it just now and realized it's not as easy as it used to be, that's okay too. Strength can be rebuilt at any age. A few minutes a day of targeted movement, like chair squats, heel raises, or leg extensions, can help bring that strength back, slowly and steadily. If you stood up from your chair with no problem, take it as a very good sign. Your body is aging well, and your independence is still intact. If this applies to you, comment #1 below. You may not realize it, but your ability to do that simple movement could be one of the strongest signals that you're on track for a longer, healthier life. Sign 2. You can balance on one foot for 10 seconds. Can you stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds without wobbling or needing support? If you can, that's a strong indicator of good balance, coordination, and lower body strength. This simple test reveals more than you might think. It shows that your nervous system, muscles, and sensory systems are working together effectively. Doctors consider this one of the clearest everyday tests of physical aging. Why? Because difficulty balancing on one foot is one of the earliest warning signs of reduced stability and increased fall risk. And once a person starts struggling with balance, it often leads to a chain reaction: less movement, more stiffness, faster decline. Let me tell you about Eleanor. She's 76 and lives in Oregon. A retired librarian, she was always active and enjoyed gardening. But last spring, she noticed something odd. While putting on her socks, she found it harder to balance on one foot. Not painful, just unsteady. She'd have to sit down or lean against something. At first she thought it was just a fluke. But then it started happening more often. Standing to reach a high shelf, stepping into the bathtub, it all took a little more effort. She mentioned it to her son during one of their weekly phone calls. He suggested she talk to her doctor, just to be safe. The doctor didn't dismiss her concerns. Instead, she explained that the ability to balance on one foot for 10 seconds is a strong predictor of future independence. People who lose that ability are much more likely to fall, and falls are the #1 cause of injury-related hospital stays in older adults. That conversation was a turning point for Eleanor. She didn't want to become someone who needed help with everyday tasks. So she started small. A few balance exercises in the morning while brushing her teeth, standing on one foot while waiting for the kettle to boil. Within a month, she noticed a difference. 2 months in, she was balancing with ease and with pride. Being able to balance on one foot for 10 seconds might seem like a small win, but it's not. It's one of the clearest signs that your body is still coordinated, your muscles are still strong, and your independence is still firmly in your hands. And if you tried it just now and realized it's not as easy as it used to be, that's okay too. Balance can be improved at any age. A few minutes a day of targeted movement, like heel-to-toe walks, tai chi or yoga, can help bring that stability back, slowly and steadily. If you stood on one foot with no problem, take it as a very good sign. Your body is aging well, and your independence is still intact. If this applies to you, comment #2 below. You may not realize it, but your ability to do that simple movement could be one of the strongest signals that you're on track for a longer, healthier life. Sign 3. You can climb a flight of stairs without stopping. Can you climb a flight of stairs without pausing to catch your breath or feeling the need to hold onto the railing for support? If you can, that's a strong indicator of good cardiovascular health, leg strength, and overall physical fitness. Climbing stairs is more than just a daily activity, it's a comprehensive test of your body's endurance and strength. It engages your heart, lungs, and muscles simultaneously, providing a clear picture of your physical health. According to a study presented at a European cardiology conference, individuals who regularly take the stairs lower their risk of death from heart disease by approximately 39% and reduce their overall risk of dying from any cause by 24%. Let me tell you about Richard, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. Richard had always considered himself relatively active, but over the past year, he noticed that climbing the stairs in his 2-story home left him winded and required a brief rest at the top. Concerned, he consulted his doctor, who explained that this could be an early sign of declining cardiovascular health and muscle strength. Determined to improve, Richard began incorporating stair climbing into his daily routine, starting with just one flight and gradually increasing as his endurance improved. After a few months, not only could he climb multiple flights without stopping, but he also felt more energetic throughout the day. Climbing stairs requires a combination of balance, muscle power, and cardiovascular endurance. Your legs need the strength to push you upward, your heart and lungs need to work efficiently to keep oxygen flowing, and your coordination needs to be sharp enough to keep your footing steady. If any of these systems start to decline, stairs become noticeably harder. Research indicates that regular stair climbing can improve leg strength in older adults, reducing the risk of falls and enhancing mobility. Additionally, climbing stairs has been associated with improved balance and cardiovascular fitness. If you're unsure about your current stair climbing ability, try this simple test. Find a staircase with at least 10 steps, walk up at a steady pace, and observe how you feel at the top. If you can do this without stopping and without feeling winded, that's a fantastic sign. If you struggle, don't worry, it's something you can improve. Incorporating stair climbing into your daily routine can be a practical way to enhance your physical health. Start by choosing stairs over elevators when possible, and gradually increase the number of flights you climb each day. Remember to listen to your body and consult with a healthcare professional before beginning any new exercise regimen. Maintaining the ability to climb stairs isn't just about strength, it's about keeping your independence. If you can still do this with confidence, it means your heart is strong, your muscles are active, and your energy levels are high, all signs that you're on track for a long, healthy life. If this applies to you, comment number 3 below. Being able to climb stairs without stopping is more than just a daily convenience. It's a testament to your body's resilience and a strong indicator of a healthier, longer life ahead. Sign 4. You can get down on the floor and back up without assistance. Can you lower yourself all the way to the floor and then stand back up again without holding on to anything or asking someone for help? If you can, that's not just impressive. It's an important sign that your body still has the strength, balance, flexibility, and coordination needed to keep you safe and independent well into your later years. Most people don't think about this movement until they have to do it. Maybe you dropped your keys. Maybe a grandchild wants to play on the floor. Or maybe, like so many seniors fear, you've taken a small fall and need to get yourself up. It's in those quiet, unscheduled moments that your body's true mobility is tested. This simple action, getting down and back up, is actually one of the most telling full-body tests for older adults. It engages your legs, hips, core, arms, and even your cardiovascular system. It also requires balance and coordination between your muscles and joints. And here's the key: if one system is slipping, if your knees are weak, your flexibility is limited, or your core has lost its strength, this is where it often shows up first. Let me share the story of Joan. She's 75 years old and lives in New Jersey. A retired high school counselor, Joan loves baking, painting, and spending time with her 2 young grandsons. One afternoon, she was sitting on a picnic blanket at the park, helping them color in a book. When it was time to leave, Joan leaned forward to stand up, but couldn't. Her legs felt shaky. Her balance was off. She had to call her daughter over to help pull her up. She laughed it off in the moment, but that night it stuck with her. What if I'd been alone, she thought. What if I'd fallen in the kitchen and no one was home? That small moment of inconvenience triggered a deeper realization. She didn't feel fully in control of her body anymore. And that scared her. Joan wasn't alone in that fear. Many older adults quietly avoid sitting on the floor, crouching down or bending over, because they're not confident they can get back up. But avoiding these movements doesn't help. In fact, it often leads to faster physical decline. The less we move, the more we lose. Determined to take action, Joan reached out to her local senior center and joined a gentle mobility class that focused on floor-based movement. The exercises were simple at first: seated stretches, partial squats, controlled breathing. Over time, she progressed to kneeling and standing without support. Within a few months, she was confidently able to get down and up again, not just at home but out in the world. The change wasn't just physical, it was emotional. She felt safer, stronger, more like herself again. If you've ever hesitated to kneel down, crouch, or pick something up off the ground because you're not sure you can get back up, you're not alone. But this is something you can absolutely improve. Exercises that build lower body strength, such as wall sits, step-ups, and bodyweight squats, are incredibly effective. Add in some basic stretches for your hips and back, and you'll likely see progress faster than you expect. Even sitting on the floor once a day and practicing controlled standing with a stable surface nearby can make a real difference. Now, if you're someone who can already get down and up from the floor with little effort, that's a remarkable sign. It means your body is still deeply functional. It means your joints have retained mobility, your muscles are strong enough to carry you, and your coordination is still sharp. That ability will protect you from falls, injuries, and even hospital stays, and it will help you keep doing the things you love, from gardening to playing with grandkids to traveling. Your body is your home, and when it can still move freely, it gives you the freedom to keep living life on your terms. So if you tried this movement today and felt confident, celebrate that. And if you struggled, let this be your signal to start. You're not broken, you just need a little tuning. If this applies to you, comment number 4 below. Your ability to get down on the floor and back up without assistance might seem small, but it's one of the clearest signs that you're on track for a longer, healthier, and more independent life. Sign 5. You can remember recent conversations and events. Clearly, have you ever found yourself asking, "Wait, did I already tell you this?" Or struggling to recall a conversation from earlier in the day? If these moments are rare, and you can generally remember recent events and discussions, it's a strong indicator that your cognitive health is intact. Memory lapses can be unsettling, especially when they involve recent interactions. However, occasional forgetfulness is a normal part of aging. The key is recognizing the difference between typical age-related changes and signs that may warrant further attention. Consider the story of Eleanor, a 76-year-old retired librarian from Oregon. Eleanor prided herself on her sharp memory and attention to detail. One day, she realized she couldn't recall the details of a conversation she had just a day prior. Concerned, she consulted her doctor, who recommended cognitive exercises and a review of her sleep and nutrition habits. By making adjustments and staying mentally active, Eleanor noticed improvements in her memory and felt more confident in her daily interactions. Maintaining the ability to remember recent conversations and events is more than just a convenience, it's a reflection of your brain's health and your engagement with the world around you. If you find yourself struggling in this area, consider incorporating mental exercises, staying socially active, and ensuring adequate rest and nutrition. If you can recall recent conversations and events without difficulty, take it as a positive sign of your cognitive resilience. If you notice changes, don't hesitate to seek guidance and support. Early intervention can make a significant difference in maintaining cognitive health. If this applies to you, comment number 5 below. Your ability to remember recent conversations and events clearly is a testament to your cognitive health and a strong indicator of a longer, healthier life. As we come to the end of this video, take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. We explored 5 key signs that reveal far more about your health than most people realize. The ability to stand up from a chair without using your hands, balance on one foot for 10 seconds, climb a flight of stairs without stopping, get down on the floor and back up without help. And remember recent conversations clearly. Each of these small, everyday actions is a window into your physical and cognitive well-being. They might seem ordinary, but together they speak volumes about how well your body and mind are aging. If you recognized yourself in many of these signs, that's something to feel proud of. It means your body is still resilient, your mind is still sharp, and you're on a strong path toward maintaining your independence for years to come. And if you noticed areas that could use improvement, don't be discouraged. Change doesn't come from perfection, it comes from awareness and small, consistent efforts. Whether it's taking a few extra steps each day, practicing balance while brushing your teeth, or reading more to keep your mind engaged, every bit counts. It's never too late to start strengthening what matters most. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the bell so you're notified when new videos come out that support your health and independence. And I'd love to hear from you. Type the number 1 in the comments if you found this video valuable, or 0 if you think there's room for improvement. Your feedback helps me create better, more relevant content just for you. Thank you so much for watching, and here's to your continued health, strength, and longevity.